Hello and welcome back everyone to PKIdeas 2015 short number 3. What we'll be looking at today is one of Paul Morphy's games. He is one of the greatest chess players that ever existed throughout history, and in this game he was versing a count called PKIdeas. This game is very historically significant because it was one of the first games to be recorded between Paul Morphy and PKIdeas. So now let's go into the game. First move played was e4. Now e5, just a normal king's pawn opening. Knight f3, d6, d4, but then PKIdeas decides to play bishop to g4. Now bishop to g4 in current day theory is quite a bad move, but back then they would have no idea whether this move was a bad move or a good move. Furthermore, PKIdeas was not a professional chess player, rather he was one of the nobles who knew how to play chess. So, bishop to g4, not quite a good move. Maybe knight c6 was better according to modern day theory. So after knight c6, white should play d5, knight to b4, and a game like this was played between Craig and Marie. And so now we go back to bishop to g4. So what Morphy did was play d takes e5. Carl, not wanting to swap the queens off on d8, what he did was bishop takes f3. The other choices that he had was d takes e5, queen takes d8, king takes d8, knight takes e5, losing a pawn, and knight to d7 was also possible, after which e takes d6 could be played, bishop takes d6, bishop to e2, and probably knight g to f6. The game is pretty normal here. Black is down a pawn, but he has more development than white, which means the pawn can be compensated for. So as you can see, knight to d7 leads to an okay position, but what PKIdeas did here is quite an interesting move. Bishop takes f3, so after which Morphy replied by playing queen takes f3. Instead of queen takes f3, g takes f3 was also possible, after which d takes e5, queen takes, king takes, and then f4, undoubling the pawns and attacking the pawn on e5. This game leads to a clear advantage for white. And we go back to queen takes f3. After queen takes f3, what happened was black played d takes e5, bishop to c4 was played, and now knight to f6 was played, trying to stop the checkmate, but it was in fact a mistake. What should have been played here is queen to f6. After queen f6, queen b3 could be played, bishop c5, castles, bishop b6, defending the pawn on b7, a4, a5, knight c3, knight e7, bishop e3, knight d7, rook a d1, and so the game is an okay position, but black is underdeveloped. So I would say this position is slightly advantageous for white. So now we go back to the move after bishop to c4. Knight f6 was what PKIdeas played. Now queen b3 was played, queen e7, and knight c3, a good move. Here I'll show you, instead of knight to c3, white also had other options of playing queen takes b7 and bishop takes f7 check. So let's look at queen takes b7 first. After queen takes b7, queen b4, queen takes b4, bishop takes b4, and then bishop to d2. This game is a clear advantage for white, going to be a win soon enough because of the fact that black is down a pawn and that white has the advantage of the two bishops, but soon after they're going to get swapped off, and an extra pawn is an easy win for Paul Morphy. So now we go back to queen to e7, bishop takes f7 can also be played, and after which can be replied by queen takes f7 and then queen takes b7, winning the rook. Notice here that the queen cannot play to b4 when in this position where he played b4. Now in this position after here he cannot play b4 because the queen is on f7. So now we go back after bishop takes f7, king d8 could also be played, queen takes b7, queen b4, queen takes b4, bishop takes b4, c3, bishop c5, bishop g5, knight bd7, knight d2, rook f8, and so the game went on, and this was in fact a game between Tank and Eggert in Brno 1930. So now we go back to knight c3, the good move, after which Carl played c6, bishop to g5, and then once again he followed by another bad move by playing b5. Now here comes a tactical attack where Morphy sacrifices a piece to try and open up the opponent's black king. So now what I want you to do is to actually pause the video for about 2 minutes and try to find the move that Morphy played. Alright, so have you got it? The move is in fact knight takes b5. Now the reason why Morphy played this was he knew after c takes b5, bishop takes b5, his bishop would be attacking the king and it's check. So here Morphy does have ideas of maybe castling and then bringing the rook here, 3 castles, and then his rook will be attacking straight down here, and it'll be quite hard for this black king to castle as well. So as you can see here, this bishop is a bit cramped, this queen is stopping this bishop in, the bishop is blocked in, and the king cannot castle. This rook is absolutely useless. This rook is currently not in play. So in this position, Morphy is dominating both positionally, but in material he is actually a pawn down due to the sacrifice on b5. So now we see Count Carl play knight to bd7, and then white plays queenside castles, rook to d8 was played, rook takes d7, an excellent move. Morphy saw here that this move here is not possible because the queen is going to go, and that king takes is not possible because of him attacking like that, and so rook takes d7 is forced, after which rook d1 was played. Now this rook cannot take over here due to the bishop attacking like this and pinning the rook to the king, so queen e6 was played. But now bishop takes d7, knight takes d7, and now I want you to pause the video and try to find checkmate in 2, and it is forced. Alright, so this is an amazing checkmate that Morphy tried to find here. True, it is checkmate in 2, but the way that Morphy does it is absolutely fabulous. Queen to b8 check. Double exclamation mark. The reason is the king is trapped. Due to this, the king cannot go over here, cannot go over here. So therefore, knight takes b8 is an absolutely forced move. And then rook to d8 delivers the final blow, and it is checkmate. And so this was an extremely amazing game due to the tactical combinations in which Morphy could find, and that is what I recommend in your chess actually, to improve your tactical ability to try to find checkmates and such like that. Notice here that Morphy is actually using all of his main attacking pieces in the board. There exists only the bishop, the rook, and the king as major pieces. The king is doing his job staying safe, and the bishop and rook are delivering checkmate. So that being it, please do not forget to go to the channel and subscribe to this channel. Please like and comment below, and please share it. The more people viewing this, the better, and the more people learning from chess. And so then again, I will see you next time.